So you just take the knife. This is called an uncapping knife. It's kind of serrated like a butter knife or like a bread knife would be. You just kind of run it down along the wood, and it takes these wax cappings off the end. Now these were all brand new empty frames when we put them in the hive. So these were not, that's why they look so nice and white and clean. Sometimes you watch videos and they look very dark because they've been reused, and so as the frames are reused over and over, they get a little darker. You can see some pollen and stuff in here. That's normal though. You know, the bees, they typically they try to use all the frames for brood, or all the frames for pollen, or all the frames for honey. Or sometimes you'll see the bigger frames in the base, the bottom part of the hive, you'll see they'll have like honey across the top, and then baby bees or brood along the bottom in the middle. But you don't have to dig real deep. You just lightly scrape. All you're doing is scraping these cappings across the top. You can see all the honey that's in that. So what happens is they make these bins that have like 2 layers and the honey runs through it, but I don't have enough frames that I'm gonna have to do that. So that'll be an investment for another day. But now you can see all that uncapped honey. You can see it's pretty warm. It's already starting to drip a little bit. So all that just goes in here. Now the frames are angled up a little bit. It's not straight. The frames are actually angled up. If you can kind of maybe view, if you look at it from the angle. So instead of these frames being straight out, they're angled a little. So when I spin it, I'm going to spin it so that the force is going this way, so the honey will more easily spin out. So move this so I can get that in there. All right, now I just got to get another one. And I've already went through the bees. You can see all this along here is called propolis. They pretty much glue everything together in the hive. And while I'm uncapping this one, if you want to look over there, you can see along the edges where they were all kind of glued together. They take this propolis and kind of glue everything in place so that there's...
You can see how it's shiny. That's not honey, that's propolis.
And they say it's easier to cut downward, and it just kind of falls off, and then the very top part I just cut up a little. So this very top part I just cut up a little. I suppose I could just flip it over too.
Now they do make heated knives like this, right, Jesse?
Yep, they have heated ones that people use. Some people say they're easier because it kind of melts the wax a little bit as you go. I mean, this is not difficult. It's not hard work. It's not, you're just cutting through a little layer of wax. So I certainly don't find it difficult. I don't think a heated one is necessary. You can see some frames along the bottom, they didn't get any honey in, on the edges or whatever, but, and like you can see on my knife, I miss a little bit on the bottom down here. Right down in here where my thumb is. So make sure I get those frames open, because if the frame ain't open, honey's not gonna fly out of there.
That's right.
So I'm gonna stick this one in. You can see the honey dripping everywhere.
I know, I'm like, seems like you gotta move kind of fast here.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop this video.
Well, you can start it. I'm gonna just start spinning.
Yep, I'm gonna stop this one, and then we'll come back with some spinning and see how it goes.